All right, what's up, everybody? It is me, Insanity, here back at the International, the Concourse here in Knoxville, Tennessee. And I have the pleasure of speaking with Trevor Phipps of Unearth. How's it going today, man?
Going well, man.
And before we started the interview, I said, I'm a big fan of you guys. You guys have been around since, 98 or so?
Started in 98, started touring full-time 2001.
You guys have a very unique style. Unearth, I know that the meaning came from you wanted to unearth a new sound. How do you guys manage to get keep the melodies in the songs, but get the hard breakdowns? Is there a balance there when you guys are writing the music?
It just comes on naturally. We have, we're collectively influenced by a lot of the same bands who are all around the same age. So I think that just kind of bled into what we were, influenced by, and it's what all art really is imitation. So we create something out of what we've heard. It's then all of a sudden it's unique to us because it's a blend of stuff that we all came together with. Gotcha. So it forms a different sound.
Gotcha. And congratulations on the new album. I forget when it came out, but I know you guys have a new album.
Just came out late October. Late
October. Well, congratulations. I know you guys have been having good success tonight. You've been getting a lot of satellite play and rave reviews. Did you guys anywhere on like a Heat Seeker or the Billboard charts, anything like that with that record?
Billboard, and it was 103 or something over here, but it did really well in Canada and Japan.
Very cool.
65 in Canada, 35. We're top 40 record in Japan.
Japan's crazy about the music. Japan's one place about fans. I've heard some stories about Japanese.
It's a really strong market for metal bands, so it's a great place to go.
You guys ever played in Japan?
I've been there about 5 or 6 times, and right now there's a tour in the works sometime next year. So
very cool. Do you guys know who you guys are going to be working with, or do you guys know about who you want to tour with if you go back to Japan, when you go back to Japan?
We're working on it, so I can't announce it yet, but there's something that's in the works, and so
I'm an asshole. I always try to break the secrets before anybody else can.
Right.
Get the dirt.
But yeah, it'd be us headline, but we'd be taking a band that we have toured with before in the States and Canada to in Europe to Japan. So
very cool.
It's been worked on now. So
how's it been? Over this journey, you guys have been going since 2001, so about 13 years. How's it been being on the road? Getting all the success. How you guys feel about now at this time in your career? Where do you guys feel you're at as far as where you picture yourself when you first started?
There's a lot of ups and downs in this business, so you kind of have to stick through it if you want to continue, being in a band. We have a lot of really high points, and there's nothing ever too low. It's just sometimes some years are more successful than other years. So just we're having a good time. There's reason enough for us to stick around more.
No, man, it's okay. Live interview, So, let me ask you, with this album, what kind of elements did you guys try to put in this new album that maybe add to as opposed to other albums, or do you guys try to keep the same?
We just wanted to be a bit more aggressive. We have a drummer that can handle that stuff. Nick Pierce. This is his first record. Gotcha. He's a very he can handle more of the tech stuff, more of the speed. Drummers that we've had in the past were all very, very, very talented drummers, but this guy just a cut above the rest.
Gotcha.
And it really helped us put more dynamic into the songs, more speed, more tech in there. So it just kind of adds that element to the songs, and it just naturally was just heavier. It just came out a bit angrier and just heavier.
I've heard a few songs. I didn't get that actually from E1, but man, I'm digging the songs I've heard. It does sound a lot more aggressive and everything. So, I lost my train of thought there for a second. So for this tour run, what's it like, touring with Crowbar? I know you guys are all on E1.
Yeah.
What's it been like touring with Crowbar and then this new band,
Black Crown Initiate.
Yeah, Black Crown Initiate. What's it been like with them?
This is Black Crown's first show. Their van broke down.
Yeah.
So this is the first day with
And he was telling me about that. I was like, man, that sucks.
Yeah. But Crowbar, love the band. They're all great dudes. So we all grew up listening to Crowbar, and we always play them. Thank you.
He was listening to me.
Yeah. So yeah, it's cool. It's been fun.
Yeah, man. And Kirk seems like a really cool guy. He seems like he's got a lot to say, which is really cool. 25 years in the industry, and he's they're still kicking, and they're still making.
They're all really cool guys. So they're.
I hope I get to meet the rest of the guys.
They're fun to hang with.
They seem pretty cool. So, and they said they're good friends of you guys. How long have you guys toured with them before?
We've done dates with them before. I can't say like a full tour.
Gotcha.
We did Mayhem Fest, and Kingdom of Sorrow was on that, and a couple of guys from Crowbar were in that band.
Yeah,
so
gotcha. Kingdom of Sorrow's a great band. Jamie Joster, right?
Yep. So,
very cool. And now let me ask you about your jump to. This is your first album with E1, correct?
Yes.
What was behind the jump? I mean, you guys jumping labels and then going E1. What did you guys see in E1 that maybe you weren't getting from other labels?
Basically, what we did was we wanted to sign to different labels in different territories around the world, because we do travel the world. So we had an offer from E1 for North America, and we had offers from Central Media Europe, Howling Bull in Japan, and Three Wise Records in Australia. So instead of taking the same deal for a worldwide offer from one label, we wanted to be specific to each territory.
Gotcha. Okay.
And so we got that's what we sought out to do, and we got the best offers from those labels, and so it's we own the record. And these labels put it out in their territory, so it seems to make more sense.
E1's got a very good roster too. I mean, they got a really, I mean, like Crowbar and Black Heart Initiative, but they've also got some rock bands like Pop Evil, things like that. So I mean, they got a really good. And they had Chimera before they broke up, which was really tragic. I don't know. Sucks that they're not together anymore.
Yeah, it's a bummer.
I heard about that.
Too many lineup changes, I guess, but
yeah, that does happen. So let me ask you, the recent events. I'm sure you know the Wayne Static passing. When you heard the news, what was your initial reaction when you heard that Wayne had passed away and everything?
I didn't really know him. I met him once backstage at a show we played in LA. Seemed like a nice guy. So it sucks when people die young.
Yeah.
I'm not sure. At first, it said it was a drug thing, but it wasn't.
I think it was like natural causes, and he died of sleep. I think, is what happened.
Wow. So yeah, it's sad, man. He's 48 or 49.
Yeah, he was really young, but I mean, I think Static X, that was one of the bands that actually kind of leaped me into metal. I mean, I was listening like Creed and stuff like that. Don't hate me for that, but it kind of got me into that. And then I heard you guys, like, I don't know what album it was, but I heard one, and you guys kind of got me into the heavier stuff too.
Yeah.
Because your voice is just really cool. I mean, you got the real gritty growl, whatever. Now going to that, I guess, when did you know that you had the voice to do metal, and who kind of influenced you most to say, hey, I want to be a metal vocalist? For me, it started. I got a guitar when I was 12 for my birthday, and I didn't really have the patience for it for some reason. And my dad would do DJ gigs on the weekend, for like parties, and just play some classic rock. So he had a microphone. So one day I was like, you know what? The small, it's a 6-inch Gorilla amp that I got with my guitar, and I just plugged his cheap mic into my amp and started singing along to my Testament records. And I was like, wow, this is cool. I can actually do this. And then I went to a friend's about a year or two later. I went to a friend's band practice, and their singer was there, and he left early, and then they played "Sad But True" by Metallica, and they asked me just to sing, and I was singing it, and I was kind of nervous or whatever, so I gripped the mic so hard that I shut it off, because it was a shitty mic, and it was just like on and off button on the side, but they could still hear me, and then I sang more stuff with them, and next day they asked me to join the band. They kicked out the singer, and I was like, all right. So wow.
That started my career in music. I was 14 years old.
Damn, that was an early start, man.
Yeah.
You must have had it in your blood, man. It must have been just like, raw,
I always wanted to be in a band, I guess. When I was a real little kid, I would play air guitar and sing to my Kiss records to my parents and aunts and uncles and stuff. So I always kind of want to do that.
That's cool. Yeah, I mean, metal is one of those things like being a lot of people, I guess, miss the art form in it. Like as far as the screaming, like my parents, I think, my mom thinks, especially, she thinks if somebody's screaming or they have heavy music, they must worship Satan, all that crap. But I mean, for you,
it's not easy.
Yeah, I mean, how did did it something you had to work on vocally, or was it something you just kind of worked?
I still work on it. For this record, I took a bunch of lessons with my vocal instructor, Melissa Cross. So I've been seeing her for over a decade. Before that, in high school, when I realized I was a singer in a band, and that's something that I wanted to do, I joined chorus, and I took voice lessons, and I did it all through college and everything too. So, I did train my voice.
Right, kind of classically trained. That's pretty cool. Heidi from Butcher Babies actually told me the same thing. That's pretty cool. It's nice to see you guys have training, and it's harder than people think. I think the vocal control when you're screaming and stuff. It takes a little more control, right?
Yeah, well, it's just singing. I mean, it's a bit more harsh on your vocal cords, so it does get beat up a little bit.
Is there any time like touring where you just like, man, my voice just can't do it, and you have to just, like push through? I mean, is there times when during the end of the tours you get like
actually, it's when you're on tour for a long time, it's actually better. It's usually at the start of a tour, for some reason your voice takes a few days to really kick in.
Gotcha.
So yeah, it's there's ups and downs with that, So you just gotta have to fight through it when it's not feeling so well.
Oh, gotcha, man. Now, for this record, you guys did a little bit of different stuff, but you kept the core of it. What's the most intimate, like lyrically? What's the most intimate song you wrote on this record?
On this record, I have to go through them. I have to think about it.
That's tough questions.
Yeah. Most intimate. That's what, man, I've drawn a blank on most intimate. 'Cause I don't write a lot of emotional songs usually. It's
what is your like?
A lot of it's just current events, personal views. I don't really like to touch on politics as much as I used to, but you could view it as a little bit political in some ways. But it's more about hope. There's pointing out the negatives, but also have an underlying view of hope.
Gotcha.
It's more about the people rising up and being a better human race, I guess.
That's awesome. I mean, it's good that you have that kind of message, And I think that message isn't spoken much or enough. I think a lot of it's all negativity, and it's just bad. It kind of breeds negativity, But
I think, if there is anything political on this record, it's more pointing out that a lot of times politics is more of just a divide to divide the people.
It is. That's crazy.
Sometimes it's petty stuff and stuff that people so strongly believe in. At the end of the day, we all want the same thing.
Yeah.
So it's
different way of getting there, I guess, and people just view things differently, but they're really thinking the same thing. It's just they say it or express it a different way, and then it gets all messed up and confused.
And I find a way to write about it in the lyrics and use metaphors and everything. Just try to.
That's awesome.
So sometimes I don't like to say what a song is about, because sometimes it's written in such a way that someone might be able to take their own meaning out of a song, and I think that's important too. It might give them their own emotional tie to a song.
Yeah, I can tell you definitely have an emotional. Your singing is very emotionally based. I think. I mean, it's really really cool how you can seem to connect. Every time I heard your music, I was actually just listening to your music on the way here, and your music it just hits with me. It just kind of strikes a chord with me every time I hear you guys. It's really strange. It's just something about your music. It's very very intimate for me, at least.
I didn't mean to say I don't write emotionally.
Yeah, I know.
I don't write anything about personal stuff that's like an emotional thing in my life. I do have a lot of passion for what I write about, so that creates the emotion.
Yeah, I got you. I knew what you meant, man.
Right on.
We're on the same page.
Clear it up for the listeners.
Yeah, you guys got that? Okay, we'll be a test later, so you better fucking answer right. So let me ask you, is there any band that you haven't toured with yet that you guys would love to go on tour with?
Metallica?
That's everybody's answer, man.
The biggest band in the world, right?
Yeah, well, I'm not a fan of their latest works. Like since Saint Anger, I'm kind of like, they kind of trying too hard. But I mean, their other stuff was. I mean, they're obviously fucking Metallica. It's just like.
Yeah, this is the biggest band in the world. So
yeah,
it's,
definitely.
It'd be good to tour with them.
Yeah, we do. Do we talk about the record?
A little bit. A little bit. So
if Pantera ever got back together, even though I think Dime was such a major part in that band,
yeah,
of course, that was my favorite band of all time. We toured with a lot of bands, man. So
you guys
have to say Metallica.
You guys have a very 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 impressive resume. You guys are awesome, though. I mean, hell, you guys can tour with anybody. You guys can do anything, man. You guys are Unearth. So, by the way, what do you think about, speaking of Pantera, what do you think about everybody's saying about, there's some people that are really pissed off because they mentioned, like, do Pantera and then have Zakk Wylde in there. What's your thoughts on Pantera with Zakk Wylde?
I think that's totally up to them. If they want to mend some fences and do it, I think people would enjoy it. They'd probably have a good time, but I also understand it'd be a very emotional thing for Vinny to
Oh, yeah.
To do.
Definitely. I think some people, I guess, view it as metal sacrilege or something like, nobody can replace, which nobody can replace Dime, but if anybody was qualified to, I think Zakk Wylde would probably be the one.
I don't think there's any such thing as sacrilege. It's just, if the band wants to do it, it's their creative platform, so it's more an emotional thing. If Vinny wants to do it, because I'm sure, it'd be worth their while in a business sense, but he has to get there emotionally to do it.
Gotta be, probably still years and years after, I'm sure he probably still have a hard time with it,
Of course.
So, let me ask you one more question before we get to your links and everything. If you could collaborate with any musician, living or dead, who would it be?
Oh, Dime. I'd love to play for him and band with him. John Lennon.
Very cool. So that's a good answer. I like that. That's, one guy told me, who was it? He told me, what the hell was that guy's name? He told me something, and I was like, wow, like totally out of left field. A big metal band too, and he told me, I forget the name of the guy now. I'm so damn tired of that. I tell you, fucking exhausted. But that's pretty cool, Dime. And yeah, I mean, Dime's like everybody's. He's a man. I mean, he was just like so. He was such an icon. Even today, I mean, it's just like nobody can replace him, and he'll be remembered forever. I think.
Yeah, for sure.
Wish he was still around. It'd be amazing what music they'd be making. He'd be making if he was still around. Huh?
Yeah.
So, well, I appreciate your time. And go ahead and give us your links. Tell us where we can find you guys, where we can find your music at.
All of our social media, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, all that, it's all Unearth Official.
Okay, that's official.
So that's the easiest way to do it. And then our website is unearth.tv.
Okay.
So,
well, be sure to go
Unearth
check
Official, we stay up to date on that stuff all the time. We post daily, sometimes hourly.
Oh yeah, man,
all
that's
those
cool.
social media.
So you guys run all yourself, huh?
Yep.
Oh, cool. I know sometimes they got people behind the scenes doing it, but that's cool. You guys do it yourself.
Oh, it's us.
So go support this band. They're really awesome. Been around for a long time and one of my favorite bands. It's an honor talking to you, Trevor. I mean, it's really awesome. Great interview.
As well.
And until next time, metalheads, this is Insanity here for Echo Asylum, and keep on rocking.